class for you. Again, about 20 minutes. If you want to pause at any point and do extra repetitions, then that's absolutely fine. We're going to start standing. So start standing with your hands on your hips. Take a couple of breaths for me and just have a little think as you're breathing in and out whether we tend to lean a little bit more one to one hip, if we've got the hips level left and right, if one side might be higher than the other, just noticing what that feels like to start with, okay? Just take one more big breath in and out, and then we're going to push your left foot into the floor a little bit more, so you've got a little bit more work happening in that leg and that hip, and you're just going to lift your right foot off the ground and float it up in front, okay? Can you do that without pushing hips out to the side? We're going to tap that foot to the floor, lift it up. We'll do that a few times. As you're lifting it, can you think of breathing out and engaging into your tummy and your ribs? Breathe in, tap it back to the floor, okay? So stability through the hips, through the torso as the leg comes up and down. So we switch, check in with the other side. You're just going to push that foot into the floor, lighten the left one. Same thing again, breathe out as you lift your knee up, breathe in as you tap it to the floor. And again, we're trying not to wobble, trying not to lean to either side. Keep the body as upright as you can and the hips as level as you can. As we're breathing out, could we draw the tummy in a little bit more? Use those abdominals for more support. One more time like that and tap the foot down, okay? We're then going to turn. If you struggle a little bit with your balance, make sure you've got something to hold on to here. So a good solid chair or table or something at the side of you. Step forward slightly. We're going to go back to the right leg lifted. So lift that right knee up in front of you, but then can we swing it and step it back behind? Press through your left foot that's on the floor, drive through that left leg, bring the right knee back up in front and step it back behind. And keep hold of something if you need to. If we're finding this okay, when you step that right leg back, could we bend both knees, straighten them, swing the right leg up in front. Swing it back, bend the knees, come down into more of a lunge, straighten it, step it back up. We'll do two more on this side. Again, keep it easier if you need to, where we just step back and straight back in, or we have the lunge, okay? One more there, and we'll step the right leg in. Same thing to the left. Lift up onto tiptoes, keep the hips level as you lift the knee, and then we just step it back and bring it back in. Slightly easier to step it and then slide it along the floor and lift it in as well, okay? So that's an easier option. Harder option is we bend both knees when that knee is back and we lift it back up in front, and we're going to try for 4 more like that. Can we keep the body upright so we're not leaning forwards, we're not arching? Think of the shoulders, the ribs, all being directly above the pelvis. I lost count then, I think that might be the last one. And then we bring the leg back, okay? Give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then just one last standing leg exercise, but with some back stretch. Step your feet slightly wider than your hips. And then from there, just come into a little squat. So bum back, arms forwards. Notice my knees are above my ankles. I'm not leaning forwards like this in the knees. Bum straight back, bend the knees, come down. We're going to stay down. Bring your hands to your thighs, and then just do like we would with a cat stretch. Tuck your tailbone under, lift your tummy, lift your ribs, round through the back. Drop your head if you feel okay with that. And then straighten out through the head, the shoulders, the ribs, arms in front, loads more load in the legs by this point, and we come back up. Same again, back down. Hands to thighs, tuck your tailbone, scoop the tummy, round yourself up, dropping the head, take a breath. Straighten back out, arms in front, back up to standing. Could we do that again? But maybe this time, round the back up, keep your hands on your thighs as you straighten. Could we sink a little lower and then go again? Round up, straighten out, arms forwards, maybe sink a little lower, come back up. One last time, I promise it's the last one. Come back down, hands to thighs. Round up into that cat stretch, hold, stretch through the back. Straighten back out, could we go lower in the bum? Round the back up again, so you tuck the tail, scoop the tummy, think of the front of the body, pushing up to the back of the body to get that round in. And as you straighten out, could we sink a little lower? Arms forwards, arms higher, and up to stand. Well done, give your legs a little shake. It's quite a lot of leg and hip work with this short class, okay? We're going to come back down to the ground. If you are fine in your back, we will roll down. If you need to come a different way, do whatever you need to, and we're going to come onto all fours. Onto your forearms rather than your hands for this. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. If your arms are right out here, you're going to put a lot more strain on the back. So press the forearms into the floor. Think of the shoulders drawing down and the crown of the head reaching forwards to lengthen the neck. And just that little bit of lifting your tummy. Notice if I relax my tummy and sink to the floor, my back arches a lot more. If I draw my tummy up, much flatter and stronger in my lower back. Okay, so we're not rounding up, just nice and straight. Can we keep the back and the pelvis still as you slide one leg out behind you? If that's enough, bring it back in and alternate legs. But if we can, keep it out. We're going to lift and lower. If you can, flex your foot so you're pressing the back of the heel up and tapping the toes down. As you are lifting, breathe out, press the heel up, breathe in, tap back down. Breathe out, lift and lower. Okay, we do a couple more on this side. Again, you are free to just pause this and do more. Bring your knee under. We'll do the other side. Can you keep the back still as you slide the leg out behind you, flex your foot, lift the leg, breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. Think of pressing the back of the heel to the ceiling and tapping your toes back to the floor. If you struggle to know whether you're moving with the back, you could always place one hand behind your back like this and see if we're able to keep the hips still as we lift and lower. We go for 2 or 3 more if we can. Breathe out, lift up. Breathe in, tap down. One more time. And bring the knee in. Round the back. Take your bum back to your heels. Arms out in front. Let your head hang and take a couple of breaths. We're going to stay with working the back of the body with the next bit. We're going to come onto our tummies and lay with your arms just at the side of you, palms facing up to the ceiling. I'm going to be turning my head to the side so that you can hear me, but you will have your head down towards the floor like this. So the back of the neck long and smooth. You've not got your chin to the floor, looking forwards and crunching at the back of the neck. Keep your head down, okay? Mine's just to the side, like I say, so you can hear me better. Your legs are about hip width apart. You've not got them zipped together. Palms of the hands are at your sides. Palms of the hands are facing up. And you're just going to press the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Can you feel that squeeze your shoulders? And rest your arms back down. Breathe out. Think of the fingers lengthening down towards your knees and the palms of the hands pressing up. Breathe in, lower back down. As we are breathing out and lifting your hands, could you get that little bit extra engagement in your tummy? So you breathe out, draw your tummy up, breathe in, lower, okay? Let's add some extension if we feel all right with that. So your shoulders are going to draw down the back as the fingers are reaching down, the arms lengthen, but the crown of the head is trying to reach forwards to the top end of your mat. Face floats up off the ground, we lower back to the mat. Could we imagine that that's like peeling from the very upper spine and the neck downwards as you lift? Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower back to the floor. If we feel all right with that, stay lifted at the top and take a breath in. And as you breathe in, you might even find that you can lift a tiny bit higher and then lower back down to the mat. We go again, breathe out, lift. Can we breathe in and hold? Breathe out, lower back to the mat. One more addition if you want it. Lift up, take a breath in, and then as we breathe out, could we do quick, short, sharp pumps of the arms 5 times, and then back down to the mat. We go again, breathe out, lengthen, press the palms up, take a breath in, breathe out, 5 quick, sharp pumps of the arms, lower back to the floor. Again. Feel free to do a couple of extra repetitions. Just going to roll back to child's pose and take a stretch out for the back and move on. But if you want to, do some more of those. Really good for triceps, really good for shoulders and posture. If we tend to round a lot in our shoulders, really good for trying to straighten us up, okay? Once we're done, bum back to heels, arms out long in front. We'll let the head hang, take a couple of breaths. From there, build yourself up to seated. We're going to come onto our backs for some abdominal and hip and oblique work for the next bit. Lower yourself down. First of all, we're going to have your feet and your knees together for this. You want to keep one leg absolutely still as you drop one knee out to the side. Pull from your inner thigh, bring that leg back to centre. Do the other side, and we want to think about keeping the back of the pelvis and the lower back still, so we're not letting all the weight sink from side to side in the pelvis as we do this. Progressing that on, we're going to lift the legs up to tabletop if you can. Feet are zipped together. Same thing, one knee's going to drop out, but one foot is going to stay in towards the centre, and we come back. I'm going to spin around so you can see that from a different direction. One knee stays still, one drops out. And we'll do that a few times on one side. Do maybe 3 or 4 on one side and see how that feels. Are we able to keep the other leg still? Is the hip happy with it? So we try the other side, take the knee out and bring it back. Can we keep one side still? Is the hip happy with it? So we're using those deep abdominal muscles, muscles along the waist, muscles in the outer hips, okay? We're going to make it a little harder if we can. Pull the knees in, rest the back for a second. I'm going to stay in this direction so you can see a little bit more easily. You bring your knees back to tabletop. Can we take both knees out together, but at the same time separate your feet into that V shape? Bring your knees back in and go knees back out. Now we're going to add more in. We're going to take your knees out, make that V shape of your feet. Press your heels together, you get more work in your bum. Can we then squeeze your legs and press that V shape of your feet towards the ceiling and bend the knees and then close the knees back in. We take the knees apart, you press out through your feet, squeeze your legs together, bend the knees, bring them back to centre, okay? One more there. And then we're going to try and take your legs lower if we feel like we can. So can we keep the lower back ribs down on the floor? Can we keep the lower back long rather than arching and sinking? We take your knees out and then we squeeze and reach your legs out a little lower. Come back, knees back to centre. We'll do that again, knees out, squeeze and reach together. Come back and back to centre. One more time, then we'll have a little rest. So hug the knees in, give the back a little rest, take a few breaths. Couple of different options for the next bit. So if you come to one of my much more challenging classes, so early Monday mornings, Wednesday nights, early Thursday and Friday morning, you can do this next bit. If you come to a Wednesday morning, a Monday lunchtime, Thursday morning, keep it easier. Stay on your back for this next bit and follow the same directions for your feet, okay, for your feet and legs. But if we feel, I mean, you can give this a try. If you feel okay with it, give it a go. But I'd recommend probably some of the classes staying on your back, okay? You can have your fingers pointing towards your bum and then lower yourself onto your forearms. Feel like a squeeze of your shoulders as you press your forearms into the floor. Can we pull the ribs in a little and lock into the middle? We're going to lift the legs up to tabletop. We're going to do what we did a second ago, where you take your knees apart and your toes apart and you make that V shape. Can you squeeze your legs together, press them out, separate, come back in, and go straight into your next one. Breathe out, stretch out, breathe in, come back in. Now my arm's in the way there, so you can't see quite so well, but notice that my back here is not sinking and lifting as I move the legs, okay? So we go again. Maybe 3 or 4 more times. See if you can take your legs a little bit lower. And we've got lots of hips, lots of inner thigh, lots of upper body at the same time. Last couple. Breathe out, reach out, breathe in, come back in. We do one more. And then we'll place the feet down, lower yourself back onto the mat with your arms at your sides. Walk your feet a little wider to the edges of the mat. And we're going to sway your knees side to side a few times. So just a few little stretches to finish. If you can take your knees to the side and keep them there, we're going to tuck the pelvis under so you open out the front of that top thigh a bit more. Take a couple of breaths there. Again, you can just keep coming in and out of it side to side. If we've stayed to one side, let's do the other. Take your knees over, pause, take a couple of breaths, and again, tuck your tailbone, open through the front of that hip socket a little more. And we'll come back to centre. We're going to do another twist like that, but bring your legs closer together and cross the right leg over the top of the left one, so your thighs are together. We're not in this figure four like we sometimes do. Thighs together. Use the weight of the right leg to pull the left one over to the right side. We get a bit of stretch into the outer hip and thigh on that left leg, side of waist on that left side, back to centre. We'll do that a couple more times to the right. Big deep breath in as your knees come to the side, breathe out as you pull them back. Let's just do one more. Just caught sight of the time and I've got another class starting shortly. I do this every time I end up in a rush. So we switch to the other side, left leg crossed over the right, and we pull both legs over to the left side. Can you think of the weight of the left leg pulling the right one over? Breathe in as you move to the side, breathe out as you come back. We'll do two more. One more time to the left. Stretching out that right side, right hip, and then back to centre. Uncross both feet back on the floor. We'll hug the knees in, rock the back just a little side to side. And then from there, placing the feet on the floor, roll yourself to one side. We'll push ourselves up. And we'll roll up to standing. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, straighten the legs out a little if you can. Push the floor away. Let your head and neck reach long. Take a big breath in. Walk the hands back to the feet. And once they're together, you can either let your arms dangle if you're comfortable with that, or if you need more support, hands to thighs. Tuck your tailbone under. Draw the tummy in. Build yourself all the way up to standing. Shoulders down. You can do another roll down if you want to finish, but I need to cut it short and get ready for my next class. Thank you. Hope you've enjoyed that. Drop me a comment if you do it. Thank you very much.